driving in with the Black Lives Matter.
So walk us through life in the campus, in the bubble, apartment, whatever the hell you want to call it. What's it like?
Well, I mean, we just got out of our room, so we were pretty much get here, check in, go to our rooms for the first 36 hours. That was mostly it.
You know, it's kind of pretty similar. I wouldn't, obviously there's a lot more teams, and it's not really like our team controlling everything. I think once we was in Fort Myers, it felt like it was us, like we could definitely get anything. But now, the NBA is in charge of everything, and you got to get through about 4 people to get things done. But it's the same thing, man. Like to be honest, like I've been home for 3 months. Like I don't really care that much about it, man. I just want to play basketball, and I'm not really worried about anything else except being safe, obviously.
I have full trust in what the NBA is trying to do. Once we're here. Once we're inside of the bubble, I think there's always a little bit of risk, but the risk is, I think, brought down to the minimal. The protocols they put in, the safety measures they put in, ongoing testing that takes on every day. I think it's pretty preventative and prophylactic for us to be as safe as possible, given the circumstances. Obviously, nothing is 100%. Proof, but I think that we are in what you could call the safest environment, given obviously the situation.
I'm a big fan of how everything has come together, and to see the work that the league has put in, the time that they put in, the people that put the time in, it's been unbelievable. I think the best thing about the league, Tim, is that we'll be able to adjust, and it's kind of like what we do as professionals. We adjust to situations, we adapt to situations, and Adam has done a great job of kind of, hey guys, if you guys need anything, the Players Association, Michelle, give a call and we can try to work things out or figure out how to make it better.
Yeah, I'm definitely used to quarantine. I've been quarantining for like months in my house. I didn't get out for like 3 months or 2 months, so I'm used to that. 2 days is nothing. Went by quick, found things to do, just like video games, like anything that I can do to just let time fly, and then just being ready mentally and being excited about being back together as a team. We just want to play, man. Like I miss playing basketball, and it definitely felt like a basketball atmosphere, and that's all I could really care about.
I'm really trying to feel my way through it, Doug, to be honest with you. I had some thoughts about what the structure of the practice would look like, and we did it totally different than we normally would. Again, just based on the situation, I think it's important for us to play, but I also think it's important us, to kind of ease in or taper in a little bit, because we're conscious of just health, in general. So, I kind of started it maybe heavier than, it's going to sound like a contradiction, but I started it heavier than normal, and just told the guys to please self-monitor themselves, and let's not get carried away. We got a long way to go here today.
You see that? Push it.
But again, for the most part, it was really good, and what Fred said about the trust factor really showed up. Really just a lot of guys are doing a lot of things that we normally do just right from the get-go here, which was great. Obviously there was some rust and some things that, stick out that you got to keep an eye on that we're going to have to change, et cetera. But, from a starting point, it seems like a really good jumping off point today for us.
Felt good. It's been a while. I think, you saw some rust and some excitement, and that first day of school type of thing for everybody, coaches and players involved. And it was good. It was good. We got to flush some things out these next couple of weeks and get ready to play. But kind of taking the marathon approach still. We still got a long way to go.
did feel like day one of training camp today for sure. I mean, just a lot of the drills, a lot of the demeanor of the players, et cetera. I think it was very interesting. There was a lot of things that brought back similarities from each training camp that I've been a part of with the Raptors. Just again in effort, excitement, guys getting tired quick, all that stuff that happens on day one of training camp. So never really looked at it that way. That does seem like a long time ago when we were in Tokyo. So and we always like to see the Rockets. So we'll look forward to that first scrimmage.
We got a lot of time here, just can kind of get ready. First day, it feels like training camp basically, first day of training camp. It's exciting, but at the same time, I feel like you're not there yet. But that's why we have that moment to work together as a team, get back to everything, and I think it'll be good for us.
Summertime no more, y'all. This ain't the off season. This is our finish of our season. We out here. We think we're doing the right things. We ain't tagging. We ain't talking. We got communicating. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta understand. Like, I know that these coaches ain't efficient, but don't take advantage of it. Like, we gotta. If we want to lock in, we just lock in down. Right now, the coaches letting us kind of play a little bit, but we get real in about a couple weeks. So we gotta start to kind of lock in a little bit better. Take advantage of just know what we're going to do. No foul. Get back on D. Roll transition. Let's talk. Offense, keep moving the ball. Roll, crash, box out. Understanding who we're guarding. You out here like around, just sloppy. When they drill like that, it ain't fun. It don't look good. Just being honest with you.
I think we all still adjusting to one another. We've been away from each other for a long time, and I think we all still, getting up to speed with plays, with movement, adjusting to everything. Like I said, it's a matter of timing, getting your timing back. Everything in the NBA and professional sport, I think, has a lot to do with rhythm and timing. So getting everybody on the same speed of things. And communicating and being proactive in our approach. That's all really matters, and being a solution-based mindset. I think that's our one of our strengths, and we're very competitive, all of us. So we compete amongst each other every single day and try to go at each other's neck a little bit. So I think that's always positive, and I think that's one of the things that you miss the most during confinement was the competition. I think some guys like to compete at video games. Some of us are not really into those things, and we missed competing against other human beings in real life.
I'm excited. I think you've heard from our guys. They can't wait to get out there. Always have that chip on their shoulder, continue to prove everyone, that doubted them. And so I think, this is just another great opportunity. Obviously adversity for everybody coming here and having to play here. But, for our guys, just being at practice today, I think they're ready to go and finally play somebody else.
And our one-on-one champion from the other day was Pascal Siakam. He gets a wristband he can give a friend in the bubble. This is like gold in here. What can wow. And our playoff shooting champion, Freddie Van Vliet, also gets a wristband he can give a friend in the bubble. And this is like gold, and Freddie will drink it.
All those teams from around like 18 to they all want future first, right? And we're not doing future first, right? We're trying to get to 12. And for if our guy is there for 2015. The kid we want to pick, we feel like we don't think there are many kids in 2015 that will be at his level after 2 years. Thanks. Bye. There's 2 deals on the board. One of ours is one of them. He said he looks like he's going the other way. It is our deal contingent of the player being on the board, being there, and I said yes. Hello? Yes. You're staying at 12? Okay, no problem. Thank you. Bye-bye. No deal. I bet they pick Giannis.
They're gonna pick Giannis.
You think?
Just told me. That doesn't really start.
It might be Adams though.
Or Olenek. Let us know.
No.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Good, bud. How you doing?
Bobby Webster.
Hi, Bobby.
Nice
to meet you, right?
Everything good?
Yeah.
So he says in 2015.
1 through 4, then 1 through 8, then 1 through 5, 1 through 3, then 13, just protected for 1, so just top 1. But you can't protect in the 7th year. You can only go 15 to 18.
Bobby, you gonna call Minnesota? What can we do for 14 though? Same thing? Keeping it.
It all starts with the beans. Local Toronto roast. Sam James. Thank you, Sam James. Secret to a great espresso. Freshly roasted beans. Ground on site here in Cafe 416. Next up, after the grind, very important, good tamp. Not too much pressure, not too little pressure. This is where the art of the espresso gets done. When we lock it in, the reason why you want to tamp it down is you want to have high pressure as the water comes through the beans in order to create what they call the all-important espresso crema. Hot water for an Americano. First customer of the day, strength coach, Jonathan Lee.
Yeah. Thank you, Bobby.
Oh, perfect. Post press. That's what they call the puck. Pretty clean. Clean it up, ready for round 2. Mr. Altilia, head of security, what would you like?
What are we offering today?
Well, we got Americano, macchiato, latte, macchiato today.
Yes.
All right, now I'm gonna do a little frothing of the milk. We got the frother here on the side. All in one machine, beautiful. There we go.
Extra hot, please.
Yeah, I know. The other day I gave Johnny was a little cold, so. Nate. Here we go. Head of security, John Altilia. Second cup of the day.
This right here.
Second cup of the day.
Thanks, Mike.
Of course. You're not gonna come hang out?
I gotta go work out first.
All right. More important than the coffee in the coffee shop is the ambiance and conversation. So.
Oh yeah. We're really true connections.
Exactly. Dr. Nurse, what would you like? Espresso, macchiato, latte. What are we drinking today?
Just espresso.
All right.
Put as much octane in that.
We're loading you up.
Double it up.
Double it up. High octane, baby.
A little avocado toast.
Thanks, Bobby. Nope, I'm good. I gotta go to the meeting.
Okay.
We get people on their way.
Oh man. Best coffee this side of
Orlando.
This side of the border.
This side of Seattle.
Another happy customer.
Just 90%.
Yeah.
Your hair looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
It's gonna look a lot better after that.
Johnny, you need another one, Johnny? Are you good?
Want to go?
All right.
Maybe a little Mac.
Mac.
Yeah. Every time. Every time.
Perfect every time?
Yep.
This is a true macchiato right here. We can probably get a recommendation from the Italian on staff, Sergio Scarioli. Not a better way to start your morning in the bubble than at Cafe 416.
Alex. Go see Alex, see what's going on. Check out what the briefing is for today. What's up, man?
Good.
You all right?
Yeah.
How are we doing today?
I'm doing good.
Everything good?
Yeah, they'll be back 100%. All good.
You good?
I'm fine.
Yeah? How are you feeling with everything?
I feel good about it.
Yeah?
I think it's a good start. I think Naples was a good start for sure.
Yeah.
No question. I think that was a big positive for all of us.
Mhm.
Everybody got together.
Mhm.
Good work, guys connected.
Yeah.
It was good social gathering for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think this is a perfect start to the camp here.
Perfect. Are they using this court or the other? There was no question that we were going to be there. To me, spending time with your team, it's not even being a matter of being president or being GM or whatever. That doesn't even come into play. It's about team. We do things for each other and wanted to be there for them. Whatever they needed. Like I was right there. I didn't want to be on a phone call, on a Zoom call. I wanted to be right there. Come knock on my door, or we see at practice, or you see me and we talk about stuff.
Yeah, obviously it was a conversation that we've had, very early on when we knew that, there were only so many spots. But really it wasn't that difficult of a decision. I think you guys, know how we operate, and having both of us here is, obviously good to take care of things here on the ground. We can communicate back to Toronto. We're here in full support. We're in this together. Obviously, we think this will be a long haul for us here, and we just wanted to do that.
Just so you know, there's more social justice gear coming here. We've been talking and appreciate the feedback going back and forth. Expect about 2-3 batches of clothes coming here. In about 10, 12 days here, we'll have some more. Just so you know, too, it's Black designers, Canadian Black designers that are doing this, and then also the clothes are being produced by Black-owned businesses here in Orlando. So just to stay in the same idea of really promoting and helping those small Black-owned businesses.
Yeah, I think someone said it best. It's like a really long road trip, and it feels like a road trip. You wake up, you have team meals, you go to practice, but you do lose a little bit of that connection back to Toronto when you're on the road. Luckily for us, the majority of our staff is here, so if things need to be addressed. But a good example is the scouting, and so obviously our scouts are at home, our scouts are back in Toronto working on different issues. So, there's a lot more calls back home to deal with little things that come up, and obviously there's a communication between what's going on here and what's going on in Toronto, and if there need to be tweaks or adjustments. So there's probably a lot more of that, which is communicating back to Toronto to make sure that the needs here are being met. Because as you can imagine, there's a huge support system back in Toronto that's, virtually and emotionally and all the ways that they can support us here.
Family good? They're still back home, right?
Yeah, it's getting a little worse now because they opened up everything.
Yeah.
So now the cases go up again.
Yeah, so they have to be cautious now.
They're going to start confining people and pockets of areas again. So I keep telling, just tell my wife, you have to be safe now.
Yeah.
More than anybody.
Yeah.
Because I'm not there, so you have to be safe.
Yeah.
They're really committed, to the organization. I mean, that goes without saying, but committed to what we're doing. They're very active in talking to us and making sure that we're good mentally, or if we need anything, in terms of the movement and going forward, how we're going to get our message out. They've been really active in that and just sitting in practice, talking to the guys and everything. So it's good to see those guys in practice and really interacting with everybody. We've preached that it's a family organization, and you can really tell.
It's huge, honestly. When you think about it, them making the sacrifice to be here with the team and being away from their families and their kids and their wives to support us and help us, through the rest of this season. And with everything going on right now, the pandemic, the Black Lives Matter movement, they chose to be here to support us and be with us every step of the way. So I believe it's huge for them to do that.
Maybe I'll do the non-contact tomorrow and then go at it on Friday and then Saturday off. You could tell they had the energy from yesterday's off. They were good. The day off yesterday helped.
Well, he's an outstanding resource, Doug, as you know, incredibly bright and really enjoyable to be around. I do most of my day-to-day, several times a day conversations with him about everything from A to Z, rosters and practice and, just thoughts in general, the current climate, looking out into the future, everything. So we spend a lot of time together. And like I said, he's one of those guys, Doug, that I love to say, I don't ever have any uncomfortable moments with him, right? He's got this personality and we've got this working connection, and it doesn't happen every day in your coaching life that you get to work like that with somebody. And I can't say enough about him. I enjoy working with him, and obviously he's successful.
We're close to being ready, though. You know what I mean? We're close to being ready to play again. We could.
I think more than anything, it's just being part of this team, and you've been around, Dougie. You know how close we are, and what we want to build here, and what we feel like we have built here, and being down here every day, and the little conversations that you can have, those are irreplaceable, and you can't really do them from Toronto. So more than anything else, we're in this together. They know that they obviously have our full support, but just experiencing this with them, I think, is invaluable.
I was trying to be nice the other day. I usually only keep my hair done for like a week.
Yeah, he switches hair every week.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been out of bed. I'm gonna check.
Alright, text me.
Alright.
Good morning.
It was long right now.
Man, super long.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Getting my ends clipped, you know what I'm saying? So we could just run my fingers through it. Then I'm getting some, Travis Scott plaits. And yeah, just look forward to seeing the finishing process.
Man, TD here. I got my lady Tiana right there, man. About to get braided, Got to do something with this hair, man. It's been It's been too long, you know, quarantine clean. Just trying to get clean right now. I might do something with the beard, I might cut it, might not. I don't know. We'll see though. Stay tuned.
It's pretty cool, man. You know, just sitting in your room, you know, only playing basketball, video games, and stuff like that. Kind of gets weighing when you can get out, get your nails done, get your hair done.
Oh, he gets exclusive treatment. Yeah, they taking care of me right now, no doubt.
Treatment, man.
They taking care of me right now, man.
This is a first, man.
I feel like I'm in heaven.
Man.
That ain't normal for the Rook, man. I usually make fun of the Rook, man. We get the bad treatment.
Can't say that no more.
We've been in the bubble about 2 weeks now, maybe. Finally can get our haircuts and get our hair, you know, done, you know, nicely and things of that sort.
The only big thing about this is like for the first month or so, not having any visitors come in, you know, you kind of want to be able to see your kids or something like that, but just staying put and just waiting until then is kind of the toughest part, because, you know, FaceTime, it's good, but you kind of want to be able to hug your kids and like give them kisses and things like that.
You know, I just had a kid a year ago, and just being away from him has been my toughest challenge, because I miss him daily, man, and just missing him grow. You know, it's all for a greater cause. You know, he'll understand that one day, but yeah, that's definitely the toughest thing about being here.
I think we got to understand and appreciate things a little bit more. And I feel like for the most part, we're doing that on the Toronto side, so.
Man, it's getting close to that time, you know, actually getting on the court, you know, playing against another team. I think we have a scrimmage coming up in about 3 days, so.
Practice has definitely been competitive, fun, energetic, you know. Being able to compete against these guys and go up against them is beautiful. It's awesome, because at the end of the day, our goal is to come and win. You know, we're not here just to you know, laugh and joke. We're here to compete and play at a high level and let the world know that we're for real. We mean business. So being able to go in there with my brothers and compete and work hard is awesome. Ooh, hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, where Freddie at? I need my do-rag, man.
You know, a lot is on the line. This is playoff time, and, you know, being a rookie, you kind of don't understand it until you placed in that environment with the guys who actually been in these situations. So, you know, just learning a lot, man. You know, and being a sponge, soaking up all the knowledge from the older guys, and just really trying to, you know, do this thing the right way. These guys defending their title. Me being added to the team, it's like I have something to defend too, you know. So we all trying to accomplish that goal. I wanna feel that moment, you know, when that final buzzer go off. I wanna see how that moment feels, man. I know it's very special. All athletes, you know, dream about that. So a lot is on the line right now, man.
Okay, here we go. Pretty quick one today. Should be able to get her done in less than an hour. Just getting through some review stuff, and not a big deal as far as getting ready to play who we're playing tomorrow. This is more about us getting ready to go and being fresh mentally and physically, and again monitoring yourself physically most of all. You know, tomorrow, get yourself in and out when you need to, all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's be good to kind of see where we are conditioning wise and get out there and play somebody else. It'll be fun. So we'll just get through this in about an hour. Anybody got anything? Okay, let's go.
One, two, three, go. Right here with Coach Sand on finishing. Kyle, Fred, Pat,
hard to believe. It's been 138 days, Jack, since the Toronto Raptors last played on March 9th in Utah as they wrapped up a great Western Conference trip, having won 4 games in a row. They took 4 or 5 on that trip.
A lot has happened in the world, to say the least, and we'll get into that, I'm sure, quite a bit during the game. And when you look at this Raptor team led by Kyle Lowry, this is a contender. You know, showing up here in Orlando, this is an intriguing team. They're healthy, Matt. They got championship pedigree, togetherness, role definition. They know what it takes to win, and they're the 3rd best record in the NBA, number 2 seed right now in the Eastern Conference. And I really like their makeup and their togetherness coming into this experience.
I think it's going to be like a little bit in between, you know, guys just getting a feel and flow to the game. I don't think it's going to be at the intensity that it would be if it was, you know, game 62 or whatever it is. But it's going to be competitive. You know, teams want to, you know, start getting into the flow. You know, you only got 3 exhibition preseason games, you know, until the real thing starts. So I think it's going to be a gradual build-up.
Ball fake. Hollis Jefferson with the offhand.
Great job, though. The Raptors pushed the pace. Give the Rockets credit for getting back, and then they found the open man in the post. Love the energy this group's playing with right now.
6-0 run, and the defense getting a stop. Hustle Jefferson gives it
there
to
you go.
Johnson.
Bang.
To Powell.
Well, they've had that all day. They've scored off their defense. They get out in transition. Beautiful pitch ahead up the sideline.
Well, there certainly is a different feel to it. Again, the energy certainly is different, and I don't say that it's bad. I think it may enable you to focus in a different way, and I just want to keep learning from game to game what the right kind of feel is, and I think it's important to try to do that. Just keep learning a little bit here and there.
Kyle Lowry drills the 3. Raptors take a double-digit lead, 77-67. And the Toronto Raptors will move to 2-0. The Portland Trail Blazers will go to 0-2.
It's different, but it's basketball at the end of the day. It's what we do. It's definitely a different dynamic without the crowd, not being in a real arena. It's just so many intangibles and so many variables that are not present. So it's a different game for sure, but you know, it's still basketball at the end of the day.
Raptors, it all gets going on Saturday night against the Lakers. They have the toughest schedule in the 8 seeding games. After that, the postseason begins. Currently 2nd in the Eastern Conference. Nick Nurse, I have a feeling he'll be having a conversation about the turnovers, and he'll have some things to talk about over the next couple of days as they try to get things a little bit more sharp for Saturday night. And that's going to do it. The Raptors fall to Phoenix 117-106.
What advantages does your team's history have to get it ready to go through these 8 games and then the playoff?
I don't know if there's any advantages. We got to get back out there and get back on the floor together. You know, I think we have a group of professionals that go out there and know their jobs, understand their roles, and I think that's the one thing I will say that we have is true professionals, guys who want to win and guys who want to, you know, continue to, you know, chase what we want to try to get to again, and you know, it's holding a trophy at the end of this season. But for us, you know, it's about just being us and, you know, continue to try to grow in these 8 games and then pushing forward to the next, you know, 3 months of playoffs.
Let's go! Let's go! Go, Mark!
Paulie wants to say something, so. Just for tomorrow's game, guys, we're going to wear those Black Lives Matter shirts on the bench. So we'll wear that for the anthem and that. Anyone who needs their jacket, I'll just bring it out, okay?
So that's game attire?
The game, yeah.
Okay. I think we're going to wear the T-shirts on the bus on the way over to the whole organization is for tomorrow. Just like we did when we got here. That's good.
I don't know if I have any updates, Bobby.
Coach, what shirt?
Huh?
What shirt?
Any of them. I think anything that says any other ones that's good. I thought was. I mean, you guys can decide. You guys can decide, Freddie.
Guys, I got a lot more Black Lives Matter stuff. If you've seen them in the halls, I'm just piecing it all together and I'm waiting on boxes to show up today, and then I'm putting it all together and you'll have it in front of your door. So you're gonna have a lot more stuff to choose from.
Is Bobby here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Where's an update?
Yeah. So for the anthems tomorrow, they're playing both anthems right after each other. U.S. is first, Canadians after. So whatever you're doing for the U.S., just know that when it's done, the Canadian one will come on. So I don't know if you guys talk about what you can do for Canada. And then just obviously let LA know so that someone's not doing it.
The only thing is, are they going to show both on TV?
Yes.
Both, so they're going to just stay, so we might have to stay new. I mean, we're going to have to tell the Lakers to stay new also, but if y'all cool with that, we just kneel do both. Treat them as one.
Yeah.
Y'all cool with that or not?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Cool. All right, man.
If somebody ain't get it.
One, two, three,
Okay, so this is my first shipment of jerseys that we're going to be wearing for the restart. And these ones have the social justice statements on them, but no name on the back. And these jerseys we'll be wearing against the Los Angeles Lakers for that game. So the first one obviously would be Matt Thomas, number 21, and he chose Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I decided to pick Black Lives Matter on the back of my jersey because I think it's really important for everybody to stand with and support the Black community during this time, especially myself being someone who's white. To me, the phrase Black Lives Matter represents justice and equality, and that's something, quite frankly, the Black community hasn't had for the past, decades and centuries.
Myself growing up in the inner city, we weren't really taught Black African American history. We were taught American history. We weren't taught our ancestors, our history of the African Americans. It starts with the youth, and it sucks because the type of neighborhood I grew up in, they don't get the same education as the kids in the more polished neighborhoods, and they don't get the tax money. They don't get the opportunities that the other kids do. So I think it starts there. I think it starts with educating the youth and having them understand what it is.
So this is Chris Boucher, see us. Patrick McCaw, say their names. Stanley Johnson, equality.
Respecter Bissot. Yeah, I want my people from where I come from to understand what is going on. Sometimes because of maybe the language, and also a lot of people from the United States, they don't know, we have the same problems. Maybe in different ways, maybe not directly like what is happening in the United States where you see a cop is killing somebody in front of you. But it happened everywhere, trust me, in different ways, right? And I wanted first people in the United States to know the fight they are fighting is bigger than what they sometimes they know. It's more than what the fight is doing, because the fight, if what is happening in the United States, if we can win this fight here, it's gonna open everything all over the places. It's gonna change the way people think all over the places, right? So that's why I chose this to send a message.
Respect us. Speak up. I think we have a few Black Lives Matter. This is definitely Kyle. Reform, education reform. I know he's been talking about that. Black Lives Matter. Justice. 3. It's gonna be good for the league. Really good. Gotta figure out a way to back it all up and do more. Do more when it's all said and done.
I thought it was very positive, that they're allowing that opportunity, that they were able to partner with Nike. I guess it's cool that they gave us a list. It would be nice, for us to have ultimate autonomy on, what we want to say and how we choose to express ourselves. But, that's a whole nother situation. But I feel like we're taking steps in the positive direction. So I definitely think it's influential. It, names on the back of the jerseys is a small step of, the type of change we want to create in our society and, going forward within the league and, using the platform in the league and beyond the league to, try to create change.
Actually was going to try to, get the old Malcolm X phrase, by any means necessary, on the back, but wasn't able to do that. The league and the PA had an agreement on the phrases they chose, and so I ended up going Black Lives Matter just to keep the movement going and to keep the spotlight on that movement and not try to take away from what they have going on. And it says so much without, saying a lot. Black Lives Matter can mean whatever you want it to mean. It means a lot of different things, and it doesn't have to be just one thing.
I don't think that really matters, man. Like, just having something on our jersey, I think, is the work that we have to do on the other side that's going to show. Like we all have to put in work, and I think our team is doing a fantastic job finding ways to have an effective change and do something that's going to mean something. It's just not going to be something that we're going to have some things on our jerseys and then forget about it. So that's definitely what I'm focused on. I'm not really focused on like the jerseys and all that right now.
My focus is more so on real change and not getting caught up in symbolic victories and things that they try to hand us to make us feel better and try to pacify us. So while it would be powerful for the image and the media portrayal of what we're trying to do, I think it'll be good graphically, but I'm not sure how much that moves the needle in terms of what we're actually trying to do to make real change.
So glad to be with you and so glad to have basketball back. But certainly, as we know, there are conversations that need to take place, and those conversations will continue. Equality and racial justice certainly at the forefront, Leo, as we get set for this NBA restart.
Damn, Serge didn't want to. Oh, no, come on, man. Come on, man.
We know what's going on in the world and where our focus should be. I know basketball has been missed in its love, but it's a lot of crazy things going on in this universe, and we need you guys, along with a lot of other people, to put this word out, this message out that we need unity, we need love, and we need positivity.
Nicole Faye.
I think it's really important that the momentum that we have right now with this movement for justice keeps moving forward. I think it's important to continue to have these messages and sayings in people's faces, to continue to have the protests the right way, to affect positive change. We don't want to lose this momentum. I think there's no greater time than now, where all of 2020 has been about change and adjustment.
We're voicing everything we need to voice, and we're always going to continue to talk about justice for Breonna Taylor. We're talking about voting, voter suppression. We're going to continue to push the issue, in the back of our jerseys and in our interviews.
Yes, the fight doesn't stop. It's not matter, and one of the reasons, when we choose to be back, to come to play here in Orlando and Babo, is because of not only we can play here, but also we have access to speak our mind. We have access, to send our message, because all the media is gonna be focused on us. Like right now, I'm sitting right now. I don't think if I was in Toronto, if I was in my house, I would have this opportunity to speak about this right now in front of the camera. Because why? Because we're here in Orlando and Babo to play the NBA season. So it's a perfect reason for us, not only to play the game we love to, but also to fight the fight we need to fight for our people.
President of the Raptors.